Hey all, Peyton Rain here with another status report. It feels like it's been forever. It's definitely been over a month, and we're starting to get close to the end of October, so I thought I would just go ahead and put this one out there now for kind of what's been going on. Because honestly, unfortunately, there hasn't been a lot of hobby stuff done as I would like, but there's definitely some things going on hobby-wise that I want to go over. First, though, as some have seen, and I have in the post, whatever, I have quite a bit of stuff that I'm going through on eBay. Um, just hit a bit of a really kind of rough patch that really kind of hit our finances pretty hard. I had a pretty significant vehicle repair that needed to be done, and then my wife had I guess it was, yeah, I mean, it was basically like a semi kind of emergency procedure that had to be done. And yeah, the way our insurance worked, didn't cover it fully. So it was those two things together really, yeah, really hurt the finances pretty good. So unfortunately, I had to make the decision to just start selling stuff. I had a few things that had been up for a while that I've just been trying to sell that, like I said, for whatever reason, they're just kind of sitting there. But the hard decision was deciding to start letting my sharks go. I was trying to let them go in one big lot, but that's always hard to do and needed the money quickly to kind of recoup things that happened. So um, anyway, I sold a decent amount now, unfortunately, but fortunately as well. And there's still more stuff I'm trying to push out because it looks like at least we're kind of out of the woods for now, but not as much as I'd like to be. But just hopefully more people, I don't know, go on there and buy. But silver lining or whatever, yeah, I guess a silver lining to everything. Again, it was just, I appreciate everybody's support and everything going through there. Just, their condolences or, sorry you're going through that rough time or whatever. We all go through those rough times. Um, but one thing I wasn't expecting, actually, someone did approach and offer a little bit of a donation. And, I definitely not asking for donations or expect them at all. But it was just a small little donation, just like, hey, it's not much, I know, but it's the least I could do for, somebody that obviously loves to support the community, and so I want to support you back. So that was really awesome. I was just yeah, I don't know, kind of taken aback by the generosity of the individual. It was just really nice for them to even offer. Um, so yeah, so all that out of the way. So we'll get that's out of the way. So things coming up, things going on. Um, Exciting. Well, I guess this is still kind of not hobby related, but finally almost done with my school courses that I'm going through. And if everything goes good, then I'll be done with that. Finally graduating this December, like right before Christmas is when the term ends, so I'll be done. So that'll be awesome. That'll be freeing up a lot of time uh, for hobby stuff and other things. Although, I mean, my job is moving me still, so I'll be actually moved in December. And then I got to set up my new hobby space a bit. I actually got to get a new hobby table too because during the move, when the movers were taking that, it got just utterly destroyed. So I still got to find a good hobby area that'll fit in, or a hobby desk that'll fit in that area that I have now up there in our new home. So um, lost my train of thought there for a second. So yeah, so I got all that going on. Um, I guess other things. Well, there's a few like big things I want to get to, um, but yeah, with that, it'll help. Like I said, it'll free up hobby time. I can get back to the bookshelf, Paint Marie's bookshelf, which I haven't done in a while, just because it's hard to, like, with school, all the reading that has to be done there, and the homework and family and stuff, to get time just to read things. I read a few short stories. I actually am going to do another Paint Marie's bookshelf on Ghosts Speak Not and Patience. It's a short story that got kind of bundled in together, and it's like $3.99 American on Black Library right now in digital format. And it's a story about the Knights Errant, which are so some of them were taken and eventually became the Grey Knights. So it's kind of like they were like the founders of the Grey Knights, but not all of them were taken and made into Grey Knights. Just a few were taken over there to start I guess, Grey Knights. I don't know if you would really call them a chapter, but I guess they're a chapter. Um, so that's pretty interesting. And then, a lot of people know Nathaniel Garro, who used to be a Death Guard. And the whole reason, there's also a reason why I had to read this story to get some background on a character for something, which I can't quite release yet on what that is. But yeah, anyway, so with that, I've never been a Death Guard fan, but there's the 70, and if you're not familiar with the Horus Heresy stuff and all that, there was Nathaniel Garro and the Eisenstein and the 70 Death Guard that he escaped with from Istvan, or Istvan, however you say it, betrayal, to come back to Terra to warn them of Horus's betrayal. And then those loyal Death Guard were kind of, I guess, imprisoned or quarantined, if you will, because, I mean, even though they were not traitors, I still didn't know how to treat them and all that. So there are some really cool characters within the 70 that's really cool. So I have a new appreciation for the Death Guard, especially the 70, and it's really cool. They're, like I said, they're short stories. The first one is a bit longer, and then Patience is just really short. It's only like 3 pages or something, but it's a cool little story too. So I'll be definitely doing a Paintbrush bookshelf on that. And then a few other things going on. The big things I really want to get into that are exciting is there's an actual artist kind of approach, and we've been talking for a while, and kind of like the chapter card that the Patriot, or I can't even say it now, Praetorian Guard on Instagram. Definitely, I got that album. I kind of like update it with new chapters as people share them on different Facebooks and stuff, because I just love seeing everybody's custom homebrew chapters and the lore and stuff. It's really cool. But anyway, so if you're definitely interested in getting something like that, or just looking at more of those, definitely check out his Instagram page at Praetorian Guard 40K. And like I said, that's all the information is also in the album with all his work in it as well. But yeah, so I got my homebrew chapter, the Star Commanders, got their own little chapter card and everything. And anyway, so I'm actually working with a different artist that is from the Philippines. And he's got some amazing work, and you'll see his stuff kind of pop up if you're in different Facebook groups as well. So we've been working together, and I'm actually getting some stuff done for the Star Commanders. And I'm actually going to probably post kind of the concept preliminary sketches he sent me so far. And then, of course, once they release, I'll definitely be posting them up. But yeah, so he's got one of kind of like just a character, and kind of I went with a lieutenant that's in my army, and you'll see why. And then a pretty cool looking battle scene so far. Like I said, it's a really rough sketch, the battle scene. But you can already tell it's going to be pretty epic and pretty awesome. So very excited about that. And then the next big thing, aside from just hobbying in general, just trying to use the time that I have right now to kind of get caught up and just getting my army painted, because I'm still falling behind on everything that I've already got, and haven't really had any time to pick up any of the new stuff. I picked up a few of the new characters and just kind of did some little conversions and stuff, but that was about it. I haven't even primed them or anything, and then like I said, I haven't picked up any of the new stuff yet, as far as incursors and pulsers, the eliminators. I have eliminators from the Shadow Spear, but I wanted to get a couple boxes of eliminators so I could have the last fusils. And then the war suit, haven't gotten any of that stuff yet, or like the new Reaver Lieutenant, or whatever he is, Phobos Lieutenant. None of that, so that's kind of unfortunate. But while I'm speaking of the new stuff too, I want to get into this. So again, I just want to point out and thank everybody that was in the homebrew chapter contest that I had a while back. So if you've sent me an address, and you didn't win first, second, or third, which second and third have already gotten their prizes, but if you sent me your address, you should have received one of the Space Marine Heroes, or it's potentially still coming, because I know the overseas stuff was a bit more of a hassle. It wasn't I don't know, it wasn't a painful thing, but it's just a little bit more to get that stuff out. Um, so if you send me an address and you're not in the States, it's coming. And if you send me an address in the States, you probably should have already gotten it. And if you haven't sent me an address at all and you participated, I have a list of who has it. So that way I can keep tracks with people. I don't think anybody would try to send me their address twice to get another Space Marine Hero, but I've kept track. So, but it's still a good amount of people. With everything going on, I haven't had time to necessarily individually message everybody to be like, hey, can you send me your address if you still want a Space Marine Hero. Um, but that being said, I'm kind of using this moment now. If you haven't sent me your address and you participate in the contest, again, please send me your address so I can get you your thank you for participating, because it was a really great contest. It really turned out well and everything. Um, but yeah, and then as far as the first place prize, um, I've got one tracking number so far from the order, and the other, so the Impulsor's already got a tracking number for whatever reason, and the Incursors are just pending shipping right now. Like everything is just ready. So those will be on the way to our first place prize, and yeah, so then that'll be all finalized with that. So the next kind of big thing going on that I can't get too into detail with, but I can say is going to be pretty cool to see everybody's work and everything. But I'm involved in a project coming up. Again, I can't go into details on what those projects are, but it's a really cool. It's a really cool idea, a really cool project, and everything going on. But as much as I can say is it's a collaboration of a bunch of different. I don't even call them artists, or I don't know, 40K enthusiasts that are pretty, I guess, recognized or known throughout the community for different conversion works and their painting and combination conversion painting. So it's a really awesome. It's a huge thing spanning the globe. People from all over the states, all over all these other countries, um, and like I said, it's a really cool collaboration project um, that. Because of what the project is, it's really cool to be able to each remotely participate and still have it kind of work, I guess. So, but yeah, so right now, stay tuned for that. I think right now the timeline of what I've kind of seen being put out, the team lead on the project kind of um, throws out like these timeline ideas or suggestions, and then everyone kind of votes on it. So it's looking like the final reveal will be around the new year, um, and potentially a little bit like a week after, because someone said there's some kind of a full new moon thing or something on January 10th. So like it might be cool to coincide with a celestial event or something, but I don't know if that's actually going to be the case. But it will be after the new year when the final project will be released, and still waiting on the timeline of when we can start announcing or sharing more details as to what exactly the collaboration project is, and then I also share work in progress and progression photos along the way. I'm currently still trying to gather some bits and ideas and things together myself. But there's other people in the group that we kind of like. We're trying to set like a don't nobody really start till November thing, but at the same time, it's not like a hard rule or anything. So there's actually quite a few people in the group that have gotten pretty far on their projects already as far as the conversion thing. Nobody's actually painted anything, but it'll be really cool. It'll be really interesting to see everybody's different styles and work together. We've definitely picked a standard color palette and everything, but as far as how you want to go about painting that is up to you. If it's a lot of different airbrush pre-shading kind of work, if you want to do like the non-metal metallic effects, if you want to just do like regular or whatever, it's up to the individuals again to use the painting to their individuality, and then Also, just their building conversion styles with the painting and everything to add more character to everybody's individual product or project or product or whatever for the overall project. So anyway, it's going to be awesome. I already know, um, without even seeing anybody's final. Um, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So, um, let me think if there's anything else I can think of. I think that's pretty much it, really, I got going on. Like I said, it's fortunately like that, hitting those rough patches and stuff like that always suck. And um, thankfully and unfortunately, in a way, I've been able to sell um, like a decent amount to say where my eyes are above the water a bit now. I just hopefully can move a few more things. I haven't even posted um, some other items from the Army yet. Again, just from time and everything going on. So once I can do that, then maybe um, can get my at least my whole head above water and breathe a little easier. But either way, again, I'm just greatly appreciative to everybody in the community for everyone supporting the page, the YouTube channel, especially. I mean, if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe to the YouTube channel and then also check out the Facebook page. Throw a like there. And I had an Instagram account for a decent while. I just haven't done much with it, but I've recently kind of gotten more into it and just kind of keep it pretty updated. So if Instagram's your thing too, definitely throw me a follow there at the Paint Marine. Again, greatly appreciate all that. And I guess with all of that, I'm going to sign out. So until next time.